So, very exciting or interesting day today, but this is, I like this a lot. The histogram, the more and more I study this thing, the more and more I like it. And I said in a video I like the 30-minute, and I realised I was probably contradicting myself, because I'd said somewhere else in probably about 4 or 5 weeks ago the 30-minute was a little bit a bit of a nondescript, because it doesn't divide into the higher time frames by 4, so it's a 2 or a 6 and so on, and you're supposed to, according to my mentor anyway, always divide it by 4. So he used to shy away from the 30 and I used to too, for years and years and years. But for some reason it does seem really solid when it comes to the RSI histo alert. I mean, you know, when I talk about this new sensation, the burst through and then the break and burst or whatever. So the burst, the pullback, then the break of the high, close, and up it goes. And look at the price, the way that price moved there on this currency pair. I know it was news related, but what came first, news or price action? Same here, burst up, and this one's even better. We've broken through the 20 level, we've broken through the previous bust, if you like, or burst level, pulled back, and then the price just goes wonderfully up for 1.5 hours to the R2. Not quite hit it, but as I say many times, always target your profits a little bit short. And lo and behold, we've had a deep pullback here, and then once again we've had the burst, and then we've had the burst and break, or break and close, break of the high, close of the bar, and up it goes again. I don't know what that went up for, but and this I remember saying keep an eye on in the previous video, or a tweet, because that was the move of this particular day. Testing that high there, potentially trying to close through it, and that was what I was talking about from my initial long trade on NZD JPY. So all we need to do now is close above this, and we will quite possibly have another pullback, providing we don't go all the way up through there in the Asian session, which is possibly likely, and then we have to change our strategy. But as it is, this looks like it's doing its daily thing. This is a major support here, low, high, high, low, high, high. I call it a major support because it's what forced the price in an upswing and an uptrend on these 2 daily candles. So that will be interesting as well. I've talked about this, a significant level of support, that if we break this high and close above it and we break the support, then that is very bullish up to the next level up there, at least. Well, the next level is the next daily high. So anyway, that's by the by. That's again, I must reiterate, never trade what I'm talking about, always learn to trade yourself. But I did mention this in the first video of the day, that this was the significant level. When we were looking at the H4 charts and wondering where that would go, the daily high was where I expected it to go. So there's the swing trend on this, low, high, higher, low, higher, high, pullback, continuation. We could draw our levels and see the exact price action there. You can draw a level on that high there, and you can drop down and you can see how price has reacted to it. Test, pull, break and close, pull back, continuation. What happens when the price breaks a significant level? It comes back and tests it. You know, well, I've proved it can be traded today. So that's that. Couldn't resist this actual trade here on pound New Zealand dollar, because the New Zealand dollar was so strong. It was the pound was up here, showing about half a point or whatever it is, 0.5, screaming green, weak. The The New Zealand dollar is where it was now, but about 8, screaming red, powerful. So pound New Zealand was a no-brainer short, and basically what have we got going on here? Yeah, we've got a daily level there and a daily level here. We hadn't broken the daily low, so it was attacking that, and I put my daily support levels here to act as potential targets. The two yellow levels are the daily resistance levels, as when the price comes down it tests resistance as support. So then you can judge what the price is up to. We had just before my trade, we had closed on the H4 through both of those daily resistance levels as support, and critically, once again, and I've got all these different levels on for my own analysis, but you will start to realise why they're drawn on there. Just do a Google of my YouTube channel, put lines in it, and all the videos that will come up will probably show you how I draw my lines. That's what I'm going to try and do in the future. So, good old RSI Histo Alert has done its stuff again. We've busted the 20, and then we'd pulled back, and then we'd broken and closed through the bust. Now that is such a powerful monster signal on that H4 chart that this was screaming short. So much so that I actually let it pull back. Well, I didn't let it pull back, it pulled back. I was worried it's going to go without me. We've got the downtrend, 2 red candles creating high, low, lower, high, lower, low. I've talked about that before many times. We've got the 30-minute pulled back and then turned red on that blue dotted line there. It hadn't quite done the bust there, but higher time frames always take precedence. The 4-hour break and bust, or bust and break and close, overrode this one. So I wasn't worried about this at all. So just checking the 15-minute. 15-minute was good to go. That had busted over here. There's the break, or the bust rather. There's the pullback. Here is the break and close through that 15-minute. So now the H4 and the 15-minute were in alignment. Even the new 15-minute candle before my entry, that candle there was before my entry, that bar there had busted the low of the previous one. So we'd had, it was just screaming short. And you've got to learn to believe in your indicators. I've only had this on my charts 3 or 4 months. I dumped my old one, my Die Hard, from years and years, 15 years that's been on my charts, gone now. I couldn't share that with you, so that's why I found something. That is purely the reason I had to find something for you guys, and it's paid off. Karma. I've found an instrument that is far better than the thing I've been relying on for 15 years, just because I wanted you guys to be able to have an instrument that I couldn't share with you, because I had a non-disclosure clause on that thing, non-sharing, and there you go, karma, it's paid off. And then when I entered and I had a pullback, I'd done all my double checked all my timings and my candlestick analysis and everything else, and I just hit it again. So double trade, better entry, take profit at the round number. I expected it to hit this daily support here. That's the one drawn in here. What do I always say? Price will go to test support as resistance, as it was. It wasn't a daily. I think it was a lower time frame. Oh no, it was daily high. That's weird. Where's that then? I thought I was target. Where have I got that? That's strange. Oh no, that's a daily high. It's a daily support, isn't it? I do apologise. Green lines are always support, yellow lines are always resistance. So yeah, I expected to hit that daily support here, that one there, the low of that day, and but I took it to the round number, and it did exactly what I expected it to. So in fact, I did take it a bit. No, what I did exactly was I thought it would overshoot the round number, go for that support, which it did, of course. But I just set my take profits over here, as you can see. It didn't quite touch them. When I got in, I closed the trades manually. That's what happened. So it would have probably, well, it would have closed itself with profits perfectly well. But when you're looking a gift horse in the mouth there, you don't wait for those extra 1 or 2 pips just to get it to close automatically. So that's what I did. That's the trade. What can I say? The indicators, trust your indicators, or you can trust my indicators that I'm handing them to you for free. Trust this thing. Not so much on the pullbacks during because I don't know how it works, but it works mainly on with trend stuff. Oh, the other thing to mention here as well is the pivots. We've got the S2, I think it is down here. Yeah, S2. If it breaks S1 with a strong daily move, 300 pip today, whereas the 4-day average is 233. So it's a strong daily move. It tends to go through the pivots nice and serenely, but it goes through them strongly. Now push through, there's S1, push through S1, go on down through these daily resistance levels, test them, break them, use them as, that's it, break them, and then break the support levels, come back, test them, and the S2, and then potentially we've got S3 down here, but there's no reason for price to go anywhere in a straight line. There's S3, I think, behind that one there. Yeah, but it could easily do it. So that's the trade, guys. Indicator. People say don't trade indicators. Well, I'm proving them wrong, aren't I? So and just learn to trust them. The reason they say don't trade them is because they haven't studied them enough, and they just believe all the bad hype about them, that they are lagging. The only times indicators lag is when you're in a very, very volatile market. Something similar to what happened on the 30-minute. When I entered, we were potentially, no, it wasn't the 30-minute, it was the hourly, I think. That was potentially green when I entered, and it hadn't caught up. But the 4-hourly, higher time frame, I'm repeating myself because it needs to be sunk in. Higher time frame always trumps lower. So if you're worried about the lower time frame not confirming, just pop up to the higher time frame. This is belt braces and an extra belt. It's broken, busted through the 20, massive momentum, pulled back, finally come through on the H4, which is a massive time frame in the middle of the day, so it's in a massive trending busy period, closes below. Look, we even had what I talk about on the H4 before that as well. H4, massive candle. Where's it go when you get a massive candle breaking support? Here's the old support on the left hand side. It's come back and tested it. Tested that level support as resistance. Always look on the left hand side. And this is just incidental stuff, guys. I've forgotten more than most people have learnt about candlestick analysis. I don't mean that in an egotistical way. I mean it that I have a lot to give and a lot to offer, and I'm happy to do it. Once again, we can add descending trend lines to this to see where it might bounce back to, if it's going to bounce back. Connect that. You've got a low there. You've broken that low with the high of that candle. That makes that a valid descending trend line, resistance line. When the price comes back, it's liable to pop right back up to there, and who knows where it'll go from there. Pop back, continue. Okay, thanks for watching. Have a great day. I'm starting to look. The video's too big, no doubt. Oh, and that's 43, 45 pips, I don't know, 47 pips, like that. Massive, massive, massive. It's a big mover. So thanks for watching. Have a great